James here from goodguitarist.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to play Do You Love Me by the Contours. Now this song isn't super duper easy. It is like just a 3-chord song, but a couple of them are bar chords, F and B flat. And it's pretty quick, you know, but at the same time it's really repetitive, and once you do figure out that main little bit, it's not too hard, you know, it's just that over and over again with a couple stops here and there. If along the way you find that you need any help with this one, I have a course on bar chords, you know, that'll help you get your bar chords nice and clear. More information on that one down below. Otherwise, we're just gonna jump right in. Now, the first thing I wanna show you is what I call the main rhythm part, because it's 98% of the song. It goes like this. So that's 3 chords and some strumming. The chords are F, B flat, and C. And C is the only open chord. That's like when your wrist gets to take a bit of a break. Otherwise, you're just cranking out bar chords the whole time. Anyways, we have F going to B flat, and this is probably the most physically demanding chord in the entire guitar. Like the same shape up here is a lot easier than down here. And if you've never seen a B flat chord before, basically my first finger is on the 1st fret of the A string, and then my ring finger is playing the 3rd fret on the D, G, and B strings. Top string is muted, and the thickest string is muted by the tip of my index finger. When we're switching from F, you can see I'm just kind of like rolling everything. That way we can get a nice smooth transition, especially this finger. See how I just kind of roll it off? And then we roll back, get our C chord. So just work your way through those chord shapes, you know, just going F, B flat, C, F, B flat, C. And then we can add some strumming to them. Now for the F chord, we're going to use the most common strumming pattern ever. Down, down, up, down, up. And if you're at the point where you're able to play a B flat chord and stuff, I'm sure you're already super familiar with this pattern, but let's just take a quick look at it. Breaking it down, we go down, down, up, and then miss, up, down, up. So down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we do that one time on an F chord. Then we switch to B flat and we go down, down, up. And then on C, down, up, down, up. So those 2 chords combine to make up one measure. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. I recommend practicing that over and over again. And once you get it up to speed, when you're switching, down, down, up, on that upstroke, that's when I would do the switch. So you leave the B flat chord early, but you arrive at the C chord on time, and that's more important, right? So down, down, switch. And when you put that all together, the F, B flat, and C, that's our main rhythm part. So let's practice that together a whole bunch of times, nice and slow. Starting off on F, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, so now we're gonna move on, and even if you're not 100% on that part, don't worry, you'll have a lot of chances to sharpen that up. Anyways, we'll do that thing we just played 3 times, and then we're gonna do this. So there's a couple new chord shapes there. We start off on B flat, and then we're gonna switch to B flat minor. And this is just like the F chord, but we move everything over once. So now our root is on the A string. Practice going from B flat. I just roll my ring finger. You know, I'm rolling it from being flat to being pointy. And then I make the chord shape there. That's all we're doing, just switching back and forth between those two. You'll find that in a ton of songs, like Till There Was You by the Beatles, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. It's really common. Anyways, after that, we go to a C chord. And then from C, we go to C7. And for that, we just have to add one finger to it. I'm just adding my pinky finger to the 3rd fret of the G string. We're gonna do our common strumming pattern on all of this. So, you know, just down, down, up, down, up. And in the very last measure, we're doing a stop. And a stop is where we just go like, and then we stop. You know, it's pretty straightforward, right? We're strumming on C7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's important that we count that rhythm after. We don't just get to stop and then stop for however long we want. Like, we have to keep in time with the song. Anyways, let's put that all together right now. I'm just gonna go through it nice and slow. You're welcome to play along, or you can just observe and then rewind the tape and try it with me afterwards. Starting off on B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop, 2, 3, 4, and then back to this. Cool, so now we're gonna put that all together. Our main rhythm part 3 times, plus that extra little bit we learned, and that is the chorus of this tune. Here we go, starting off on F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time, moving on. Cool, so next up we have a section that I'll call the post-chorus. It's where they're saying, work, work. It starts off by doing our main rhythm part 3 times, and then we go like this. So there I'm playing F on beat 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3. So on that C chord or C7 chord, your choice. 1, and 2, and 3, or miss, up, down, down. And these are called chord shots, when we're not just doing like a full pattern, but we're just like, you know, doing little shots at chords. Let's practice that a few times, just those shots on F and C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3. Cool, so when we're assembling that, we play our main riff 3 times and we just do that once, and that's the whole work, work section. Now the other part is the part where they say tell me, and I call that the pre-chorus. You know, these songs predate like verse, chorus, bridge, you know, all those words that we use. These songs come before it, so generally people just call it like the A section, the B section, and the C section. I'm gonna use the lyrics to help us figure out where we're at. This is the part where they say, tell me. And for this part, you do your main riff 4 times, and then we do this. So I was just strumming the C chord with our pattern 3 times, and then I went. So there I went, down, down, up, down. I'm gonna write this all out, and you can copy it down. That way you have your own little, you know, visual diagram that'll help you remember when to do all this stuff, and then we're gonna play it together. So we have our main riff, you know, F, B flat, C, and you've been practicing that part a whole bunch. We do it 3 times and then we add these chords to the end of it. B flat minor, C, C, C7, and C7. And this one actually has a stop on it. So we just do a downstroke on it and that's it. Then after that we have the work section, and for that we do our main riff, you know, that part 3 times. Then we're gonna add F, 2, 3, 4, C, up, down on those. We've already practiced all this stuff, but you know, this is just to remind you of it, right? Then the second and third time that we do the work section, we do the main riff 3 times, and then we add this, down, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, and then we play the first work section in its entirety afterwards. So these sections are twice as long because it's this plus this. Then we have the tell me part, and tell me we do our main riff 4 times, and then we add C with our strumming pattern 1, 2, 3 times, and then we go down, down, up, down. So take a minute, pause the screen, write out all of that just like I did, and now we can put that all together. We're gonna play through the whole song. Oh, 1, 2, 3, do you love me? So at this point, if you could play along with what we just did, you're gonna have no problem playing along with the original recording. The next step is to listen to the original recording a few times in a row and really actively listen. You know, think like, where did the stuff that you just learned, how does that fit into the song? You know, once you've listened to it a couple times, try playing along with it. You can slow it down on YouTube in like the corner under the settings. You can slow it down to like 50% speed or 75% speed, and that'll give you a way better chance with this one because it is a really fast song. I think it's like 150 beats per minute if you want to practice it with your metronome. Anyways, you have all the components, so the next step is to use the recording to help you glue it all together. Aside from that, if you need any extra help, don't forget to ask in the comments down below or check out my free resources. I have links to that in the description. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing and I'll see you soon.